Hi everyone, welcome to Pawpaw's Workshop. You know that one of my favorite ways to attach projects to the wall is using the keyhole slots. And I've shown you how to do that using the CNC machine, and I'm going to put a link up top to be able to show you how to do that using the CNC. But today, I want to show you how to do it using a router table, because I know that a lot of you don't have the CNC machines. So let's get started. The first step we got to do is get the bit to the correct height. And we're just going to raise that up and set it. The next step in the process is be able to determine how far down you want the bit to be. So if this is the top of the project right here, you want to know how far down you want to be able to have the slot cut. So to be able to do that, I'm going to measure, and I'm going to put this at about 2 inches down from the top. So that now will give me the correct distance that I want going down. The next thing we got to do is the left and right. To be able to determine how far left and right that you want it, it's really anything that you want. I normally make them between 1 and 2 inches long. So for the sake of this discussion today, we'll make it where it'll be 2 inches long. Now this is 7 1/4 inches, so that's going to be 3 5/8 is going to be the center of this. So if I have this at the center point, that is where my project will be total. Now if I want to be able to have this 2 inches, all I need to do is move left and right 1 inch, and I'll put a stop block in. So there's 1 inch. I have my 1 inch here. So if that's where it's going to be, all I need to do is stand that up. I'll put a clamp on it. I'll do the same thing on this side. Stand that up right there. Put a clamp on. And now I'm ready to go. I can actually cut that. To cut this, I'm going to turn the router on, hold the workpiece over the bit against the left bump stop, and go straight down. And then I'll move a little bit at a time to clear the sawdust out until I reach the second bump stop on the right. Once that's done, then I can move all the way back to the left against a bump stop, raise it straight up and off the bit. And there's the completed keyhole slot. Okay, to be able to cut the vertical slots, you got to set up the router table a little bit different. To begin with, on this little small scrap piece of wood, I'm just going to come over and have my T-slot about 1 inch from each side. Now again, this measurement can be anything that you want it, depending on the size of your project. I want to be able to have it where my entry point is at the bottom. So I'm going to come and have this distance will be equal to this distance. The distance in between is not critical, but if you're able to keep it in line with the studs in the wall, which is typically 16 inches, that is good, but it's not required. You can have this distance in between really anything that you want, and you can use the type of anchors necessary. So what I did is I reset the machine, and I pulled the fence down where it's 1 inch this time, and then this is a small workpiece. This can be anything that you want it. And then I also changed the setting here where my slot will actually be smaller. So in this case, I'm going to put it down and I'm going to cut it this way, and I'll be able to turn it around and put it down and cut it that way. The important thing that you have to do is this distance from here to here is going to be equal on a project like this. So it's just a matter of determining how long that you want the slot and how you want to set it up. So let's go ahead and cut this one. Now because this workpiece is so small, it actually puts the keyhole slot centered in the material. And that's why the bump stops are an equal distance from the bit. If your project is larger, then your bump stops are going to have to be in a different location to be able to keep it the same. The process for cutting this is exactly the same as I explained it before. You have to make small cuts at a time to be able to clear the sawdust out, and enter the workpiece and leave the workpiece completely vertical. Now here's the completed for the two vertical slots, and this distance and that distance is going to be exactly equal so that when the project hangs on the wall, it'll hang level. So you can see by using some simple stops on your fence for your router table, you can get very creative and do whether they're a horizontal type keyhole slot or you can do the vertical ones just as easy. It takes just a little bit of planning and it works very nice. So if you don't have the CNC machine, don't shy away from the keyhole slots. You can still do them. Thank you for watching the video today, and I hope you learned a little bit about being able to use the keyhole slots without the CNC machine. Don't shy away from it. Just a little bit of creativity and a little bit of thought, you can see that it's easy to do. And again, the keyhole slots are one of my favorite ways to be able to attach a project to the wall. So again, hi everyone, thank you for watching my video today. If you like the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the little bell next to it so you'll be notified on the different videos that I upload. Also check out the videos over here to be able to stay up to date on the happenings in my shop. So again, thank you for watching my videos.